Hey guys, what's going on? It's 28 Godzilla here again. And I was just on the phone with my grandma who lives in Montana, and I just remembered something that I've been keeping in the back of my mind for many years, ever since I was a little kid. So, story time. I went to Montana to visit my grandparents when I was a kid. I think I was maybe 8 or 9, and they lived out in Bozeman, Montana. So we went to go visit them, and I saw that my grandma had a paper article saved for me, and it was an opportunity to go digging for dinosaurs in the Badlands of Montana. So she asked me if I wanted to do it, and I said yes, I would love to. So she signed me up. It was only like $200, I think, for like the weekend, and so we're out there, and um, we're like digging in the dirt, and we're trying to like unearth fossils and whatnot. So we were able to find a few fossils of like teeth and a few like shells and whatnot, because it's really what you find. But we went digging, and we uh we found some dinosaur bones. Of course, I think they were triceratops fossils, so that was really cool. But the real reason why I'm making this video is because when I was camping out with the people that that we went digging with, like a couple of my tent mates or whatever you call them, we were all I think there was like four tents. Yeah, there were four tents set up, if my memory serves me right. Um, Four tents were set up, and of course there was the counselor and the supervisor there, who was supervising us on the trip. They had their tent, and there was four tents, and me and like three other kids shared a tent. So we were all in our tents, and I shit you not, I heard like something in the distance, like across the mountains, and it was like a distant roaring sound almost. Like I'm like not even kidding. I could have swore that I heard the roar of a dinosaur ghost. I shit you not. This was something else, dude. Like, I don't even know how to describe what it was. And it was not a coyote or any other, like, fox or anything like that, because we were out in the Badlands and there was really nothing out there. It was just like desert, pretty much. There was nothing, basically. Maybe, yeah, maybe we'd see, like, a few rabbits or whatever, or some rodent, and maybe a few lizards, but other than that, there was nothing out there. So I'm sitting in my tent, and I just hear this noise. It was very distant. If you've ever seen Walking with Dinosaurs and you've heard the Tyrannosaurus's roar, the scene where it's trying to call out for a new mate, it almost sounded like that, but a lot more lower and enraged. So I don't know exactly what it was, but it sounded like a very large animal, like a carnivore, like a very large carnivore. So I was I was completely questioned about what I heard. And I said I was the only one up. There was nobody else awake. Everyone's lanterns were turned off. I was the only one up, and I heard that noise. I may be the only person alive who had ever heard a noise like that. And that begs the question, is that possibly what dinosaurs sounded like? Like, I can't really describe it, but it almost sounded like the T-Rex from Walking with Dinosaurs, except a lot lower. And it had like a I don't know. It sounded very far away too, but I heard it distantly, and I was not imagining this or dreaming. I was very awake when I heard this. So I just sat in my tent just wondering what the hell I just heard. And just in the back of my mind, I was like, did I just hear a dinosaur? It sounds crazy, but believe me, I'm not kidding when I say this, that it could have potentially been the ghost of a large dinosaur. So, and the next morning came, and I was tempting to tell. I was tempting to tell the counselor and supervisor what I heard, but I don't know if they'd really take me seriously. So, I kept it to myself. And basically, after that, when I got back to my grandparents, um, I told them I had fun. Obviously, we had fun digging for fossils and dinosaurs. But I kept my experience with that noise that I heard to myself. I didn't tell anybody else. So I've just kept it to myself for many years. Because I know no one else would have believed me. They would have been like, oh, Jake, you heard potentially dinosaur. It could have been something else. When I say this, there was nothing out there. Nothing at all. Maybe plants and whatnot, and some small animals, but nothing that big can make a noise like that. This sounded very large, like a large animal. I don't know any large animal that lives out in the Badlands that can make a sound that sounds like a T Rex. So, that's the story of me finding and listening to the roar of a dinosaur ghost. I'm going to keep this in the back of my mind forever. And I'm going to potentially tell this to a few other friends, maybe. Now, I probably know they're not going to take me seriously, but I'm serious. I heard this with my own ears, and I was scared. Like, I didn't know what was going on. So, that's the story of me hearing the ghost of a dinosaur. So, let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. Yeah, I know you guys probably aren't going to believe me, but this is from my own experience, so I know what I heard. So, let me know if you guys enjoyed this story and video, and yeah, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.